Who else has to join?
Venkateswarlu, sir.
Venkatesulu, Pankaj. Do we have Pankaj? Hi, Pankaj. And hi, Neil,
Hello, sir.
Yeshua, Gauri, Veera.
Hi.
All, yeah. All right. Let's, as I said yesterday evening, and yeah, if you have any question on your parking lot, you can ask me.
I have a couple,
Anyway,
Rajesh. I think
yeah,
it
yeah,
it
yeah,
is
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. You can go ahead.
Okay.
Good.
Maybe one basic question, maybe I might have missed it earlier. Why do we need separate data models? Because why we cannot maintain the same info under SDM and I mean we have SDM and the CSF SDM, right?
Yeah.
Why SAP thought there was a need for two separate data models rather creating one?
The design itself, what SAP has given, that's a good question. And we can maintain only one data model for entire. But actually, if you maintain all the data models within the succession data model, what happens, where
Mhm.
it will become as like subdivisions. It will be
Mhm.
like a clumsy. So that is the reason why do we have a different data models, and
Mhm.
for country specific wise as well, and the global wise as well.
Okay, so for better management as such, right?
Yes, exactly, for better management of the data, for the
Okay.
process oriented as well. Yes.
Yeah. Uh, Thanks, Rajesh. And secondly, so whatever the new country support that would come under like a CSF STM, that should be provided by SAP only. We cannot add on
Yes.
ourselves.
As I said
Mhm.
earlier,
Mhm.
by default in the data models, if you are downloading the from the data center, software download center, where it contains almost all countries itself. Okay.
But we,
So yeah,
okay.
every country, SAP supports almost 53 language translations, 53, yes, and more than 180 countries. So all these countries informations will be there on the country specific data models, where just what you need to do is you need to copy that country, just paste it, that's it.
Okay. So we
Or
can
else let's say
select.
let's
Mhm.
say your company, let's say you're working for mm, Synchrony is one of the financials company. So in this financials company, where they have existed in almost more than 8 countries, that's it. But SAP supports 180. So 180 country specific countries and information was there in the data model. Then what you will do is, out of the 180, you will be remaining only for 8 countries data. Remaining data you are going to delete from the data model. Then you will upload the data model into the system. That's it.
Got it. Thanks, Rajesh.
Yeah.
And
Next.
one thing I have observed while making the changes yesterday. So as an administrator, we are editing all this information. As an employee, can also update the information themselves, right? Once we add
No,
this in field.
no, 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 no. We
No.
have a concept called permission role. In the
Mhm.
permission role, we have a ESS and MSS. ESS means employee self-service.
Yeah.
MSS means manager self-service. So there are some few objects where manager only have access. There are few objects where employee is having access. Like example, personal name. So employee can change his personal name, first name and last name, but only will be accepted. There will be workflow will be triggered. The manager has to approve it. Then only the change will come into the picture. Otherwise, it won't. Okay. So
Okay.
these are called self services, employee self services, manager self services. We have a concept. It's coming. It's going on
Okay.
one by one. It will come.
No, no, understood, Rajesh. I mean, just to get some understand, I mean, idea. It's like so that we can define the field which can be managed by employee and which can be managed by the manager, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
reason we have rules for managers. We have rules for direct
Mm.
reportees. So we'll be
Okay.
having permission rules for manager with the direct reportees, manager with the direct reportees, and view others. View others
Mhm.
means, let's say I am the manager, and I am the manager, and you are reporting to me. Under you we have 5 more folks. So let's say
Mhm.
Venkat, Anil is reporting to me, but under the Anil there are 6 more employees out there. Now let's say I'm also manager, Anil also manager, but Anil himself is having almost 6 employees, right, as a direct reports. So Anil can do
Mhm.
the changes for all the 6 employees. But coming to the whatever the next level manager, I am the manager, but what I
Mhm.
can do is I won't be having access for to see the all the salaries information of the Anil's direct report is. I will be
Mhm.
having access of manager view of a direct report is another. That's it. Other employees' data as well I can see, but not all the sensitive information. So these are
Okay.
will be controlled by the with the help of permission roles. So we have to
Okay.
discuss the topic and no,
Yeah.
but even I thought I can discuss this topic today, but I just
Hmm.
want to ask you many questions because these all are interlinked.
Yeah.
So yeah, any question before stepping ahead?
Yeah. Yeah. Last two more.
Yes.
Sorry. Uh, there are like, I mean, one observation might maybe I have missed one class or not. Maybe might have missed somewhere. So we have different type of string types, right, in the drop down of the
Hmm,
identifier type.
hmm, hmm,
So
hmm.
just trying to understand what's the difference between generic and custom. Might be you have
we
covered it
we
already, but yeah.
I haven't covered custom string. I have already covered. Custom string means
Mhm.
where we need to add the fields in the system. That's it. So
Yeah.
generic is related to the MDF objects. I haven't started at the concept
Okay.
itself, so let it.
So, but those
Okay.
have to be chosen only for MDF, right?
It's not the MDF. It's about the there is a concept MDF standard MDF objects and MDF objects
Mhm.
and sorry standard MDF foundation objects and foundation objects and
Mhm.
even in the employment objects and the employment objects as well. And we in
Mhm.
the employment objects where we have two objects, one is personal information and the job information. So in the job information related objects where we can see some generic fields which are from SAP side and where by default they are available, just you can use those generic field. That's it. And those are limited. That's it. So there's a concept, it
Okay.
was not yet done, so it takes
Okay.
some more time to complete deliver
Yeah,
it.
sure, Rajesh. Yeah, understood.
Yeah.
One last before we close.
Mm,
I mean, at least from my end, like as we go to the permission, manage permissions, right? So we have five
mm,
options to select for each of the fields that we will add, right?
mm.
So there are two check boxes which once we select, we cannot uncheck, like view
What is
current
that?
and view history.
Okay, yes.
So, and just trying to understand, is there any reason behind that?
Actually what happened, I'll cover today. Just hold on this
Oh,
question. I'll cover today.
okay.
Okay, next. Next, any question?
That's more, yeah. Yeah. From my end, I'm good, Rajesh. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone?
Sir,
So guys, I just want to, yes.
sir, I'm getting error while logging into BCUI screen. It says
What?
no data available or you do not have necessary permission.
So what you will do is just log into the SuccessFactors system. Yesterday I did for Anil. There is a group called Super Admin Permission Group. So in that admin group, add your name. That's it. You will get the access. So anyone having same issue, similar issue? Anyone having same issue?
No, sir.
Okay. Anyone completed this one? Spain and Pakistan, US, this configuration
Yeah. Yeah.
completed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Let me check it out. So right now and tomorrow as well, maybe after completion of today's class, tomorrow as well, what you will do is delete those fields and create those fields again. And while creating the fields and write a notes, detailed notes with the screenshots. Step one, you have taken the custom string. Step number two, you are giving some changes, view options, view it mandatory, non-mandatory. So these options. Step number three, you are saving. Step number four, you are giving permissions. Step number four, US screen, PP3 block. So yes. So make clear notes of it. Okay. Now let's go for manage business configuration. Let me check it out. And who's getting the issue?
Sir, me,
Pankaj.
Pankaj.
Yeah.
Pankaj. Okay, Pankaj, let me check. You can do this one, but I'm doing for you. So we have a here group. Anyone still not using a system? Just let me know. So here there is a group. Who is this Chalachi? Oh, she added her name. Okay. Okay. So Pankaj, what is your email ID?
Patil Pankaj 7838@gmail.com.
Added next anyone guys? Pankaj, check it out. Now you will get the access. I have given the access. Right. So Yeah, okay. And I can see here SK, 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 Gauri, 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 Veera, 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 VN 4.
Yeah,
Venkat,
that's
right?
me.
VN
Yeah,
means Venkat. Okay. And
Venkata
Veera,
Vishal.
this one.
Yeah.
No, SK. SK means Shiva Krishna, right? Okay. And who missed it here? Pankaj, do it tomorrow, okay? Don't forget. And who else? Who else missed it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Pankaj, repeat it. No, do it tomorrow, okay? Don't forget. So let we do one thing. Let we go. Let we climb our ladder a bit next level. Whatever you are doing, these all are the real time scenarios, and I'm not sharing the workbook. That's it. But these all are important things. Okay. And what are the fields I said? You have to remember these fields that whenever you are doing configuration for different countries, you have configured these fields. That's it. Just have an idea. Right. All right. Let's go on. Let's move on today. Same topic. Let me continue the same topic. But before the continuing the topic, I just want to check with you once again. Anyone did your analysis on these HRS elements? Anyone did your analysis? Anyone did your analysis on this object? Anyone did your analysis on this object? Which portlet? Which portlet supports country specific information? Which portlet doesn't support? Mhm.
Mm,
Which portlet
no
is
question.
affected entity and which portlet is not affected entity? Okay, so this is a homework for you. It's a homework for you. So what you will do is you just open an Excel. In that Excel, put a heading, put heading. Uh, in that heading, write down each and every portlet. First one is person info. Person info can be called as a biography information. So this portlet, uh, we cannot give country specific data, and it is not the affected dated entity. Just option, just give this. No, let me initiate that one, and no. Similarly do that before we come to tomorrow session. Just the manual work, check in the system, and prepare that sheet. It's very easy. Now what you will do is, this is the HRS element. HRS element. Okay. This is a people profile. 3 means it's a version 3. PP3 name, PP3 user interface name. Okay, and dated entity or not. Affect dated entity. Next, country support specification. Country support specification. And in the future, we may require one more thing, that is workflow supported. I haven't covered as of now this workflow supported, but future I'll tell you. But just keep this in. So this is the one Excel you have to prepare. This is a very important. This is a very important for your interview if you want to crack it. First thing is I'll tell you how to write it. The first thing is I'll go to person info. If you want to check this, let's open any one profile. Let's open Sarah. This is called quick card. When I hover my mouse on the quick card, when I click it, then I'm able to see the profile. This is called employee file or people profile third version. People profile third version, and it was released on 2H 2020. And so earlier as well, it is in pipeline, but they made a lot of changes, It's a Fiori experience. This is completely a Fiori experience user interface. Now what you need is, from when the PP3 got introduced, then we are able to see that portlet. we are able to see portlet. See here, these all are called portlet: national ID portlet, work permission information portlet, biography information portlet, primary agency contract portlet, contact information, address. So now let's do it. Let's do one by one. Let's say first one is personal information. So personal information, check it out here. Where is the personal information? Click the personal information. So personal information, yes, this is the personal info. And copy the identifier. Go to system and write down here. This is the personal info. Make some beautiful headings. Okay, this is the HRS object name, but personal info. In PP3 UI name, what we are calling? So we are calling this one as a personal information. Copy. Effective dated entity or not. Effective dated entity means on this portlet, do we have history icon or not? History icon. Can someone tell me what is the meaning of history icon?
Um, uh, when I mean it tracks when the changes have been made to that field
Let me
and
tell
what
you.
changes have been
Let's say
made.
here,
Yeah.
yeah, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Let me cover it. It's a very, very important. So in the system, remember carefully, in the system, we have a concept called effective dated entity. This is a very, very important. Another one is non-effective dated entity. Simple understanding. Simple and simple most. Very, very important. So non-effective dated means it's always talks about current data. And effective dated entity means it talks about all historical and current data. Okay. Now in the system, we have a concept called base object. We have a concept called base object. Sir, what is this base object? Base objects are two types. Two types. Base objects are two part. One is information. Second one is information model. Sir, I'm not getting base object. What is base object? And here also I can see here object HRS element is nothing but object. So, but again, you're talking about in this class as an information model, and you're saying is base object. What is this nonsense? Maybe today you may feel that it's a nonsense, but I will give a clarity. I'm trying to penetrate this subject to you in your brain. I'm planting this subject on your brain. So just make sure, listen it. I'll tell you what is this information, what is model. And here, listen carefully. Get this. Let's say here I'm having one database table. The table is something XYZ table, XYZ. This is the table. Table name is XYZ. Even in SuccessFactor as well, data will be stored in table itself. Table itself. And this one we call as a per personal info entity. Which one? This one. This table is called per personal information. Per personal information table or per personal information table. Okay, in this entity, we have a data example. Let's say here I'm having serial number and I'm having employee name, employee serial number, employee name, employee location, or else let's say company, employee working on which company, and employee location. Or else let me write here date and date, company, and the location here. Okay, assume this one. Listen carefully. Number one, first, employee number one. Employee number one, her name is Gauri. So Gauri is working in a company called L&T. L&T, it's a big company. It's a multi-dollar billion company. And she's working for a location Chennai. And she started working on this company in somewhere January 2015, assume. And here, whenever the employee joins in the organization, or maybe if anyone, even if your baby who burns in hospital, we'll be having start date itself. We don't have any end date. By default, what we will do is we will give one long date. example, the date is 31st December 2099. This is the one of the end date we will give it, or else some companies will give 9909/2099. This is the one of the end date. Maybe people can give in this date, or maybe people can give on this date as well. Which date? 31st December 2019. This is the first record of Gauri. Now what happened as the days are going on, there is a small change. What is the change is, let's say, let's take it one more employee as well. Let's take second employee. Oh, in my house power cut down, up and out, yeah. Just give
Is
me a
it
second.
raining heavily,
Ah, it's
Rajesh?
raining here. Yeah, it's in the morning. We really,
I heard about it. It's quite, I mean, they should red alert, right?
yeah, it's okay now. It's okay. It's
Mm.
okay. In the news media, it's a red alert, but it's okay. But now here, the second record. Let's say the second record. Let's take the Pankaj. So Pankaj is working on a company called HCL, and he's working from Chennai. He's working from Mumbai, and he started his employment in this company on 01 05 May in 2017, and the he still is working in the organization. So I'm mentioning his last date as a default date. Now see here what happens. Suddenly, Gauri changed her location. What she did from LNT Chennai to she went to she went to Delhi. And you know in which date she transferred to this date? She transferred to this date on 21st June 2020. And still this record is ended. That is defaulted. Now coming to this record, you know what happened? In table, in success factor table itself, in database table, you know what happened? Day minus one will happen. Day minus one. Day minus one means, so here we have a rate, if we have an effective start date, right? 21 June 2020, right? So it will become as a minus one. So what is a minus one? So it will become here 20th, same 6 2020. Sir, this one, do I need to write the logic? No, 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 no. By default, SAP success factor will handle not only success factor, but also in other programming languages or even other systems as well. This rule is there by using concept of surrogate key and versioning concept. Now listen, carefully observe. Now, what is the location of Miss Gauri? Or, okay, yeah. So please tell me what is the location of Gauri?
Delhi.
Okay, super.
Delhi.
Can someone tell me Can someone tell me about complete history of Gauri? Complete history of Gauri. So complete history of Gauri means what? She started on January 2015 on Chennai as a base location, but in 2020 on June shifted to Delhi. This is the history. That's it. Let we made one more change. Same record. Let's say from Delhi to she directly went to UK. Let's make it here London. And the date is let's say it was happened on 12th January 2001, which means what happened this record? This record will be changed as the last record will become as 11th and it will become as 01. It will become as 2021. Now tell me what is the complete history of Gauri. So she started in Chennai, then moved to Delhi, is also history record, and now current data is London. Yes. And
Yeah.
sir, what is this and what is this? These two are called historical records. Historical records. So now listen carefully. This one called historical record, this historical record. And what is the status of Pankaj? Pankaj, what is the Pankaj data? Pankaj still working on Mumbai. That's it. Pankaj is working still on Mumbai. That's it. Now, when I'm asking about another resource, her name is Gauri, and when I asked her detail, then I'm able to see that we have a three records, which means historical data. Now, listen carefully. So, in the success factor system as well, if I say historical data or effective dated entity, if I say effective dated entity means, which means it will captures carefully. Yesterday I have written already here 5 points. Anyone remember? Yes, it will captures all these five options. It will captures view current, view history, edit and insert, create and delete. Sir, what all are the effective dated entities in the system? Now this is your assignment. So what you need to do is you have to write down what are the objects or supports effective dated entity, what are not. Example, this is the CSF specification, country specification. Let's say here, when I open my system, so when I click the employment, not global info, when I click the global info, I can see all the different countries, different countries, specific information, different countries legislations. But I when open the personal info, I cannot see any country, which means yes, personal info cannot be support country specification. Okay, now let's go to the second one. So the second one, what is the second one? Second one. Let's go to. Let me go to an example. I'm not going to sequence letter. I'm going a different order. Let's go click the person info. This is person info. So this is the person info object. And click the. This is a person info object. And under the PPE3 UI user interface, I'm going to call this one as a biographical information. Click this one and write down here biographical information. Is it effective data identity? Question mark. Sir, the personal info here I can see that here I can see clock symbol. I mean this the clock symbol, which it says that it's a historical effective data identity. It's very straightforward. It's a very straightforward. But coming to the biographical information, or even not only that, but also you can click this one and you can see historical data here. So far, over the period of Sarah, these all are her changes, whatever it is. When you drill down, this is the initial record, first record. It was happened January 1st, 2014. This is a March 10th. This is a March 17th, March 18th, 24th. These are all a historical record of Sarah of her personal informations. Okay. Now, this is a personal information which is clear. Now, talking about biographical information. So go down. So this is one. I cannot see any clock symbol first thing, which means I can say simply say that it is not effective dated entity. But you have to confirm it. How you can confirm it? So click this one. Check it out. So I cannot see any historical here as well, which means it is not effective dated entity. Write down as not effective dated entity. Next, country specific support. Let's go for, do we have a country specific biographical information? So when I click the biographical information, I cannot see here anything such kind of countries here, which means it doesn't support country specific legislations. Likewise, you need to write for all these objects. How many of you are interested, or how many of you are ready to complete this assignment? Please raise your hand. Will you do it? I can do it. Rather than doing, what I'll do is I'll give my previous class Excel itself. But why I'm telling you is you prepare the sheet for yourself. I repeat once again, don't do anything for workflow support, whether it supports workflow or not. It's none of your business. I'm not at all introduced to this concept. Just fill down these four options. So this is the example. This is a person info and PP3 people profile block. So what it been called, and whether it is an effective data entity or not, like this. So here, just write down and you'll get a few more objects. Okay, employee data, all the employee data objects write down here. Okay, right. So I hope that, no one forgot about this assignment. Everyone will complete it. Okay, let's do it. Let's go on further. Now, We will do some more scenarios with respect to personal information portlet, and as well as we'll write um, some more scenarios on business rules. How many are interested to write down the custom changes? So Gauri, shall we try business rules, or shall we
Yeah,
wait some more time? Hmm?
we can try.
Yeah, we can try. We can do it. Now let's write some real-time case scenarios. Okay. Now, so I want to complete this topic, effective dated entity, non-effective dated entity, which means, as I said here in the screen, personal information portlet is effective dated entity, and a biographical information is not effective dated entity, which means is a not effective dated entity, right? As I said, I have written the same thing here as well. Now listen carefully. Carefully listen. In the system, in the success factor system, in the BCI screen, if I say personal info, this is the object, right? HRIS element, nothing but object. HRS employment object. This is called employment object. This is called employment object. So, sir, I didn't get what is employment object. Maybe I haven't covered this topic, but it's very simple. In success factor, employee data employee data is combination of personal information and job information. Personal information means what? As I seen, personal info, person info, work permit info, address, and global information. Likewise, if I say job information, if I say job information, we have we have a job information portlet, and payment information, etc. So these are job information portlets, which are belongs to job information object. This is a not job. I can say here. I can say here employment and information. Employee data is a combination of two objects. Objects. One is personal information, and the second one is employment information. Under the personal information, where you can say employee personal info, work permit, address, global information likewise, and all are categorized. So tomorrow I will give you that assignment. I'll give you the one hands-on assignment, and with that, where you can derive your own Excel like this. Okay, and no worries. Tomorrow, if you are able to complete it, it's fine. Even if you're not able to complete, I'll write for you for all the things all at one shot. Okay, so you can correct yourself if you did a mini mistake on that. Or maybe if you want to justify with your answer, you can ask me some questions as well, and I'll justify with SAP's answer, not my own answer. Okay, right. So moving further, I said two objects, right? One is personal information object, and the second one is employment information objects. Now, every portlet, let's say, so here I said personal information. Personal information. So this is the which is what this the personal information object. Personal information belongs to which object? Employee personal information object. Now, this is so now here what we can do is very very important. I said yesterday, maybe in a few minutes back, I said one concept called information model. Now, when I say effective dated entity, when I say effective dated entity, it contains two base objects. One is information and information model. Sir, what is information? What is information? Example, let's say, let we take effective dated entity. Which entity we will take? Let consider personal information effective data entity. Can please are you agree with me? Personal information entity is a effective dated entity. Are you agree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, right. Now this personal information portlet, a personal information portlet is having two base objects. One is personal information is a one base object, and personal information model. This object having base object. What are they? One is personal information. Second one is information model. Let's talk about some other thing. Sir, can you tell me one more example? Let's say here I can see that one more entity, job info. Here as well, job info. It's also effective dated entity. You want to see here? Let's go to the employment, go to job information portlet, and here as well you can see that this is the clock symbol, which means yes, it's also effective dated entity. Now go to the system. So here I'm talking about job information. Job information HRS element. It's also having two base objects. One is job information and job information model. Sir, can you tell me one more example? No worries, I'll tell you one more example. Let's take compensation information. So compensation information model means what? See here, you'll get all these answers here itself. You write down job information, compensation information, PPA screen, what is name, effective, yes, 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 CSF support, yes, yes, yes. Simply, how simple it is. Success factor is very easy, guys. But the thing is, you should know the way how to learn it. That's it. I know today my time, I'll take some extra time. So because I need to, I know we need to achieve the syllabus in time, right? So that's okay. Let's move on. Compensation information port. This is the one compensation information. Click this one. And here I can see that there is no job information. I mean, there is no legislations information, but here I can see that compensation information. Compensation information, this is the base object comp info and compensation information. And coming to the system, compensation current pay. So here as well, I can see here historical symbol, which means it's effective dated entity. Compensation from an effective data entity, which means it supports two base objects. One is compensation information, and second one is compensation information model. Sir, what is information? What is information model? This is a very, very typical interview question. Uri, have you ever faced this question? What is the difference between model information and information and model? I'll give the answer from the assignment from the example what I have taken here. Now see here, carefully observe. Sir, what is information and what is information model? Very, very simple. Information means it talks about current data. Information model means it's talk about complete history. Now example, in this scenario, personal information, it talks about current data only. But here, when I say personal information model, when I say model, it talks about current plus historical data. Sir, I didn't get. Can you tell me once again? If I say information, where you will get this portlet current data. When you say model, you will get current data, you will get this data, and also you will see the previous data as well. You will get the previous data as well. What is the previous data? You can see the previous data here, this data. Let's go down. Yes. So this is the previous data. These are previous data. It's important. It's very, very, very important. Sir, I'm not getting. Leave it. No worries. Okay. This is a beginning. It's a beginning. We have a long run. This concept is very, very important, and we are going to write many business rules. I'm not sure how many business rules that we are going to write in our program. It's up to you that how much customizations you're looking for from my end, how much technical skill that you want to bring from my end, and it's up to you. Okay, but listen carefully. So we have a concept called information and information model. Information and information model. So now listen carefully. When I say, when you're talking about, when you want previous data and the current data, you have to take model. When you're talking about only the current data, information is enough. Okay, now I want to ask one question. So the question is to Pankaj. Pankaj, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So Pankaj, I want to cross compare uh, Gauri's location. So now in the current data, Gauri's location got changed. I want to compare. So I want to compare Gauri's current location and Gauri's previous location. So which means, do I need do I need information or do I need information model? If I
Information
select
model.
information, wait, that's a good answer. If I select information, I will get only current data. But coming to the previous value of Gauri, I'm not able to locate it because you're not fetching it. You
Yes.
have to select a model. When you select a model, you will get entire history of the employee. Clear? Now, can we have one more try, Veera?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Now
sir.
let's say here, I want to check it out like this. Location, let's say Pankaj location is called Chennai. If Pankaj location is Chennai, which means what? So do we require entire data of Mr. Pankaj, or else current data is enough?
Current data is enough, sir.
Enough, which means information is enough, not a model, right? Right. So let's move on. And as I said, these are the base objects. Base objects. You know why I'm using these base objects? Base objects are very, very important to achieve the customizations on the portlet. To achieve the customizations, customizations on the success factor, then we will opt business rules. Example, here is a scenario. I can tell you many scenarios, but as the time allows me, and I'll tell you some of the scenarios, and I'll give you some homework for you as well where you need to do it. Okay, are you agree with me? Will you do the scenarios?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, then I'll give you some scenarios. Where is my document? I'm unsharing my screen, and just give me 2 minutes. I'll search the document and I'll present it. Right. So here is a scenario. First scenario. Oh, no, when I'm running the business workshop, the customer said, carefully listen. Customer said, it's important. So customer said here, you can see the preferred name here, preferred name. So preferred name. So customer said that he want different fields. So what he want is, he want a preferred first name, a preferred last name, a preferred middle name. He want these three fields in the system. When I select preferred name, I think how it is populating, let's check it out. So when I select the preferred name, where is the preferred name, preferred name? See here, this is the preferred name. I think, okay, this is a preferred name. Save it. Someone has given some data. Okay, save it. I'm able to see that a preferred name here. Okay, but actually my customer looking for, he want three customizations. What he want is preferred first name, Listen carefully. It's a preferred first name, preferred middle name, and a preferred last name. He want classification like this: a preferred first name, preferred middle name, preferred last name. So why maybe some customers, it's a typical customer. I know from one of the customer, not only here, all the customers nowadays, they're looking for first name here and business first name. And they're asking here to write down some customization like a preferred first name, a preferred middle name, preferred last name. They want these three custom fields on the system screen. This is the one requirement. There as a process of customization. Customization on personal information. Portlet. Okay, listen carefully. Now the twist is, listen carefully. Now the twist is, and it's very simple. Can someone tell me how to achieve this one? Can someone tell me how to achieve this one? Preferred first name, a preferred middle name. How to achieve this one? Very
Manage
simple, right?
business config.
We go to the BCUI screen and
Manage
whatever
business
the
configuration.
custom string as of now, whatever the empty string you are able to say it, just use that empty string and prepare these three fields. That's it. Correct? Very simple,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now listen carefully. The customer has given a customization that some countries, whenever they are hiring people in the system, let's say, how they will hire people in the system, either manually or maybe at the import option. Let's say add new employee. When they're adding the employee and add new employee on the screen, what happened is they are not giving preferred first name and last name, preferred first name and middle name, preferred last name. They're not giving the values of it. So now we want to tell them that these three are very, very important fields. You have to mandatorily give it. Couple of times, even couple of times, even managers, HRM managers, they told to the recruitment team that who are hiring the onboarding team, who are hiring the people in the system, please fill the preferred first name, preferred middle name, preferred last name. Some people are filling, some people are not filling. And because of not filling the preferred first name, middle name, last name, they are having the annual report compliances that most of the success factor forms are incompleted. That's escalation. So to avoid this escalation for them to the management, what they decided, the HR admin, once the HR admin, what he decided, now here we have created three fields right now. Listen carefully. And even when we are hiring the people in the system, add new employees, sometimes it's becoming a difficult task that we are writing first name, business first name, last name, middle name, and again do we need to write them these three again the customization fields? Oh yeah, it's taking a lot of time. Please remove this kind of process. The customer said that, oh no, yeah, take out the process to make it the smoother. Even the HR admin, one of the customer, they said that now listen carefully. The requirement is like this: whatever the data that you give on the first name, the data has to populate as a preferred first name. Now again, whatever the data that you give as a middle name, same data has to populate preferred middle name. And whatever the data that you give as a last name, same data has to populate for preferred last name. This is the one customization where customer is looking for, which means manual effort of entering the preferred first name is not required. Manual effort of preferred middle name, manually entering the value is not required. Preferred last name, manually entering the value is not at all required. This is a customization where customer is looking for to achieve this one. Scenario one. This is the real-time scenario. Anyone have any idea how to achieve it? It's called customization. So this is called customization. So it have propagation has to be happen. So we will we will see this assignment today, and I'll give you another assignment. I'll give you two assignments for you, and I'll do it one assignment for from my end. You have to do it two assignments, and I'll complete one assignment. Okay, very similar only, similar only. I won't ask you to do it very complex one. And whatever the assignment that I'm doing today, mostly this is the hard one you feel entire your career. That's it. Maybe it's a beginning of those kind of assignments, but you will enjoy it very easily. Okay, very simple. I'll do it. The first of all, and even this is also interview question. That interview question. This is also interview question. Interview question. I think I need to write some more interview question. What's the difference between information and model? Information and information model. And the second interview question is how to add custom fields on BCUI screen. This is also one of the typical interview question. Now go to the system, go to BCUI screen, manage business configuration. Click this one. So this is the BCUI screen. I'm going to on personal information portlet. I want to write the business rules on personal information portlet. Now click the personal information portlet. Now, first of all, do we have that field on the system or not? First, check it out. Do we have that field on the system or not? First, check it out. Okay. Now, do we have a preferred first name, preferred last name? Do we have? So we have alternative last name, alternative first name, alternative middle name, and we have these fields. Those are different. My fields are different. Okay. Preferred name. We have a preferred name, previous name, preferred name. But we don't have any that field. So now what you need to, we need to implement these three fields. Okay. Now, first thing, if SAP is giving these three fields by default, make sure you use the SAP fields only. Those are called generic fields. Generic fields. If SAP is not providing these preferred first name, preferred middle name, preferred last name, then create your own names. Now what I'll do is I'll create my own names. I don't want to touch the existing system design. I want to do it. So here I can see custom string 1, 2, 3, 20, 19, 18, 17. I can see lot numbers. I want to add 3 customer strings. So how to add it? One process I'll tell you. Carefully observe customer strings. How many people are used as of now? Just carefully observe, and check the count 10, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 18, 20, 16. So 16, 15, no one has used it, then you can use the 15, or else you can click this one. You check for, these are the available open custom strings are available, which are not used so far. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And rest of all custom strings being used. Now go down again here. And you can see some other generic fields as well. Here as well, you can find out, do we have any customer first name, preferred last name? Or then later as well, you can see the custom string 21, 23, 24, 20, 30. And you can see few more as well. You can see a 30 as well. As of now, as per the latest workbook, as of now, we can see that 40 custom strings we can add each portlet. But coming to the job information portlet, we can add 160 custom strings. That is the advantage. Okay. Now this one, let's say we need to use it. So now what I'll do is I'll come from the reverse order. Let's say here I want to use custom string 17. If you want to use custom string 17, when you click here, you cannot see custom string 17 here. Why? Because it's being used already. So that is the reason you cannot see. In this way, you can observe that, okay, whatever the custom strings are used, or custom dates are used, custom longs are used, custom doubles are used. So those are not, no, those are not, no, sorry, those are no, those elements are those of the custom string won't be available here on the screenshot. Now let's say here I can use custom number 16. If you want to use it, no, you're not able to see it because someone is already used it. So now what I'll do is to avoid the issues and errors, what I'll do is I'll use the from the 30th onwards. And this is a good practice. Everyone listen. If anyone using custom strings, prepare an Excel prepare an Excel, and in that Excel, put a heading, put a detailed heading that custom strings utilization. Utilization. Every project, remember, every project, remember this point. Custom strings utilization, write down the portlet name, the object name. That's a personal info. And what is the object you are using? I'm using custom hyphen string 30, custom string 29, custom string 28, 29, 28. Write down the things, okay, in a separate Excel, which is place the Excel in SharePoint as well, so that next time if anyone want to add a custom fields, and even that guy has to refer this workbook, and he has to identify that which custom string is being used, and he had to use the remaining numbers. Okay. You know why, sir? Why you are maintaining this kind of documentations? Because earlier we don't have that feasibility, we don't have that flexibility. Let's say here you can see here custom string 16 user, right? Again you open it, again people can select the custom string 16 and they can do the operation. Custom string 16 hobbies Vera, custom string 16 again, it contains a preferred first name. How is it possible? It's not possible technically, right? And it's a big massive issues in the system that SAP came into picture, and SAP resolved this issue. If so far whatever the string is being used, then those strings you cannot, it won't be available here. Only the not at all used so far, only those strings you can see here, and you can use them for your further operation. This is the enhancement from SAP. Earlier we don't have this as enhancement. Yes, I told you already. Please write down in parking lot if you have any question now. And or else if has to be decided immediately or has to be answered right away, just let me know.
No, it's related to the topic you're talking about. So one observation I have, like we can still choose the ones that are used if we go on the details.
Sorry.
If we click on
Come
the
again.
details, Rajesh, like let us suppose 16 is used, but if we go on details there, we can select 16 still, I think.
Yeah, here you can select it, but
Then the system
I
will throw
never
error.
try.
Okay, because I got
No. I never use such kind. I believe I never use it. This is custom string 16. This is different.
okay.
And
No,
I
actually I got
yes.
yeah.
No,
Okay,
no, no.
maybe batch. Okay, fine. Yeah, understood.
You're talking 16? This is custom long 16. This custom
No,
string 16 I can.
maybe somehow I got that error, but it looks like it is not allowing. Yeah. Okay. Fine, Rajesh. I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go on. So I know why I'm telling you is I know when we do the integration with the third party systems like ADP payroll, or we are talking HCR, HR Teams per payroll, or CDN payroll, or SuccessFactors payroll, already used custom string being used for another element which causes lot many issues in the production. So later, Nari, yeah, this field being used in production, this field being used in test system, we'll have a lot many issues. So that's the reason we face a lot of things. That's the reason I always have a track record of it. Whatever the custom string being used so far. The test system custom string 16 being used, and for the production 16 already used by some other field. And these people will do some different changes. They will delete the existing field. They will add one more custom string 15, and they'll add this new field. That causes a big mess up in the system. That's the reason I always have this follow up order. Okay, now preferred first name, first one, select it, preferred first name, copy, and yes, clear. Next custom string 29. And write down preferred middle name. Last one is preferred last name. Okay, now go to yes, 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 which means what? You can see these fields on the system UI screen and save it. Save it, save it. So you have added custom fields by default. Those are available on personal information portlet. No. What you need to do is you need to give a permission. This is an effective data entry portlet, right? So you have to give the permission for your role. So now what we need to do is we need to give it. And here again, I would like to cover a topic once again here. That's called permission role. Yesterday I have told you this one, permission role. And permission role is important. And permission role will have granted population, and this granted population will have a permission rule. So those permissions can be executed on target population. Right? This one I told you yesterday. Now today as well, I'll do a sample use case scenario. Observe it. Okay, observe it. So granted population means on whom you want access. Sorry, who are going to perform the action. Target population means on whom you are going to execute the permission roles. Example, as I told you already, let me take MS Paint. So this guy is a real estate broker. So this real estate broker, he built a very beautiful bungalows, and he is a watchman. So this watchman has to enter these blocks. So this watchman required key. Without key, he required a key. Let me tell you very simple. Or you can use it. This watchman has to carry this key, and with this key only, he can open the door of this one. With this key only, he can open the door of this one. If he's having a key for this one door, then only he can open. He's having a keys, but he's not having a key of this block. Can he open? No, it is not possible. No key. Even though he traveled towards the, that bangla, because of not having the key, he cannot enter into that bangla. That's it. And here as well, he's having a key. This is the key. So now this guy can access. How? With the permission role. Permission role is the key here. With the permission role, he can access. In the permission role, we don't have a permission, then he cannot access. Now I'll show you a simple one. This watchman is called a granted group person, and these are banglas are called target population. Simple. Let me tell you. In the granted population, today's class, what I'll do is I will add Rajesh, nothing but me. I'm Anya Singh as a admin. I'll add who else? I'll add Gauri. That's it. Me, Gauri, and let's add Pankaj as well. Only these three people can access only these three fields for all countries. All countries, these three fields should be visible for only for these three people, not for others. And permission role, affected dated entities, only three fields. Target population, all people. Sir, how to achieve this one? Simple case scenario, I'll tell you. How to create, first of all, if you want to give a permission, sorry, what is it, hands? Yeah. What are the memos? Celebrating.
No,
Is there any
you
occasion?
you told like raise your hand, so I
All right. All right.
asked, right?
Okay.
Can we try business rule for that? I sent that.
Oh, sorry. I see now. Oh, I'm very slow on this one. I'm sorry. So, okay, fine. So now listen carefully. Now, in today's class, what we will do is we will create permission groups. We will create permission role. Sir, first of all, we will create groups. So groups are granted population, Granted population can be called as GT, granted group, granted group. Target population on whom you want access, called TG. This is, we call this one as a target population. This is not TP, this is TP, and this is GP. Granted population and target population. And then we need to create, then we need to create permission role. Okay, I wouldn't want to confuse you. That's the reason I have taken a very simple example exercise. First of all, what I'll do is I'll create a permission role. And the permission role, first I'll create a permission role. Permission role. Role name is test user, something XYZ name, test users permissions. Okay, I'll put a heading here, batch 48. This is a permission role. Copy. And before that, I want to check here. First of all, I want to check it out. Let me take one guy here, Sarah. I'm taking same employee because you won't get any confusion. Okay, let's take it. Let's take this time Sarah Parker. I'm clicking on her card. I'm able to see her data. So here we have created three fields: preferred first name, preferred middle name, preferred last name. But unfortunately, we are not able to see those fields here. Do we have here preferred language, preferred name? We have it, but we don't have preferred line, preferred so and so. We don't have it. No, which means I'm honestly I don't have it. And even if you proxy Gauri, even Gauri as well, you cannot see her. Even you proxy Pankaj, even you cannot see them as well. Trust me, you cannot see it. Okay. Now, if you want to do it, you can give it a try later on. Okay. Now, let's say here, I'm going to create a permission role. If you want to create a permission role, we have a tool. We have a tool. The tool is called manage permission roles. Using this tool, we can create a permission role in the system. Click manage permission roles. Click this tool and you can create permissions. Here you can see existed permission roles. Now what I need to do is I need to create a new permission role. Click the create new permission role. And so in the permission role, we'll be having two important blocks. Before discussing about those permission setting, let me give the first role names. The role name, as I said here, batch 40 test user permissions. Copy, paste here. And this permission role for SF admin, Gauri and Pankaj. Okay. Now, when I click the moment I click the permission settings, where I can see two boxes. One is user permission. Second one is administrative permissions. Now, under the user permissions, there you can see which permission roles you want. I want these three field access. So those three fields are belongs to employee central effective data entity. Click the employee central effective data entity. So under the personal information, check it out. So go and check it out one by one. See here, preferred first name, preferred middle name, preferred last name. Okay. Now see, maybe yes. Now listen. So now these three fields are available. Now what are the permissions you want? Veera and Gauri, I can see that you haven't given permission. Maybe for other. Okay, this is a different permission rule. That's the reason I can see these all options. Okay, right. So now here, where is this preferred first name? So preferred first name. Yes, view current, view history, and this is the edit and insert. Edit and insert, correct and delete. Edit and insert, correct and delete. I want to correct myself as well here. I said create, not create. It's correct. Sorry. Correct or create. Okay, not different. It's correct. Right. Now, so 5 permission roles I have given for preferred first name, but middle name as well. I have to give these three things. Now, when I select the view history, automatically view current also getting saved. Why? Because when I select view history, which means it's a concept of current data as well, that's the reason. When you select correct, this is for correction, and this is for edit and insert, this is for delete, and same, just give it. When you select the delete, well, you'll having view current and view history, and this is for correction, this is for edit and insert. These three permission roles only I have given. Click it and save changes. And see here, edit, insert, correct, delete. So now we have created permission role. I have created permission role. What I have created? Permission role. Permission role. Now under the granted population, see here, listen. So under the granted population, where whoever want, I want as of admin, Pankaj, Pankaj. We can't see any hand symbols here. Pankaj and Gauri. Okay. And target population. Target population. Let we use for only for one country. The country. Let's go use for US. Which country belongs to? She belongs to job information. She belongs to Western Bank B200 somewhere. Okay, B200 Western Bank. I don't know which countries. Let's take country US. Okay, only for US countries, SF admin Pankaj and Gauri should see these three fields. What are the fields? These three fields. Uh, First name, middle name, last name. Rest of all the countries, no, not possible. They shouldn't. Okay, this is the one I have to create. First one, you have to create a granted population group and you have to create target population group. Now go to the system, and this is for permission role you have created. This is the permission role you have created. Okay, duplicate the screen. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, if you want to create permission groups, target population and the target population and granted population, you have to use a tool called manage permission groups. Was this one? Create use tool manage permission groups. Now see here, create a new group. So first of all, you have to give the granted group name. So granted group name, the best, the naming convention is follow the GT. Some people, companies follow as a GP. Some companies follow as a GT. Okay, just write down. Some companies will follow as a granted population underscore, and they'll give the permission role here. Batch 48 test user permissions. Write down granted population. This is a permission role just to identify it. Okay. Now see here, and you can see here people pool. People pool. So these are called DG filters. Dynamically, we can see these filters. These filters are available on data model, succession data model. Not today, maybe we'll be having 2 or 3 classes later. We'll be talking about filters, maybe on the HRS sync as well. Maybe in next 15 to 20 days later, we'll talk about HRS sync. On that time, I'll tell you about these DC filters. These DC filters are you have to add in the data model. I'll tell you how to add. So currently these all are available on the system defaultly, and which I have already added some of them as well. Okay, now here you can choose the conditions. You can choose the conditions here, user, username. I'm choosing as a user. When I select the user, you can select the names. I'm typing here user as SF admin. Now enter Anya Singh. Username is SF Anya Singh. This is user. Or else you can do one thing, cancel and delete it. And again, people pool. People pool is something that where you can select the criteria of the people. Sir, how many people pools you can add? You can add a number of people pools. There is no difference. No, there is no problem. You can add a number of people pools. Sir, here I can see people pool and exclude people pool. People pool means the one who are has to be in this granted group. Exclude people pool who don't want to have access. That's it. Okay. The advantage of this one, I'll tell you later in classes. I don't think so. If I'm started digging all these things, we'll get confused. So I'm not going to cover this one right now. Okay. Now, for your information again, let me do it once again. Create a new group and write down as a granted population B48 test user permission. And here I'm selecting here as user or username. If I select username, user. If I select user, where you have to give the name. If I select username, you have to give the username. See here, S Parker is the username. Shara Parker is user. Now coming to the system. Now if you select the user, now type is SF admin. Now I'm able to see name, full name of Anya Singh. Got it. If you want to add one more user, add one more user. And you can add here Gauri. Gauri, can you please tell me what is your email ID? Chila, is it? Gauri Samar. Got it. Click it. And simply say update it. Got it. Now what you can do is you have added a user. That's good. But someone said, hey, can you please add Pankaj as well? Yes, you can add Pankaj here as well. Between them, you can add one more user. Or else you can do is if you want one more condition, you can add another pool. You can add one more condition on username. You can add one more condition Pankaj. So let's say as Patil. I have added on condition on username basis. Click here, 3 people are able to see. Sir, I can see here user and username. Why you are giving user and username? You can give here as well user, right? My common sense idea is if you're adding here user, it's better that you can add the user here itself rather than adding here, right? Click here, add one more user and add Patil. Just wait for some time. Automatically the details will come into picture. It's not I'm not typing anything, just I'm typing as Patil. I'm just waiting for some time. System show me Pankaj Sampad. Just click and add. Update. Now click the 3 number, which means in the granted group, Anya Singh, Gauri Samar, Pankaj Samar. These 3 people are available. And first name, middle name, last name, job code, location. These are the some filter other conditions. Okay. And save it. See here, this is my granted population. Okay, group created. So target group. What is the target population? Only for US people I want. Only for US people. Okay, not for all countries. Only for country US. Do I need to check whether do we have a filter of country or not? Or if you don't have a country of filter, then we'll change some other filter. Okay, let me see here. Create one more group. Target group. So I'm creating TG target group, and I'm going to use the same name. Oh, I'm using, sorry, TZ, not TZ, TP, target population TP. That's name. Okay. Now see here, do we have a country here? Identify the country. Okay, country. Seems we don't have a country here. Now what my advice is,
It's there,
let me tweak it.
starting.
Sorry.
It's there in starting. I have seen country.
No. Okay, country. Do you have a? Okay, we do have a country as well. Let we see for division legal entity. Okay, let we take country. Okay, so let me take country. Country is United States. United States. Only for United States whose country code is United States. Only those employees only we can access. Update here. 309 employees are there. Click it one. Only Anya Singh, Gauri Samar, and Pankaj Samar can access these all the people, 309 people, and only that field. What is that field? For preferred first name, preferred last name, preferred so and so name. Okay, you can see it. Done. Sir, I have added granted population. I have added target population. I have added permission role. So how to match the connection in between? If you want to add a connection, what you need is you have to open the permission role first. Open the permission role and go down. Go down. And here you can see grant this role. Yes, which role? These 3 permission roles. Grant this role to whom? Add permission group. So here we have a different conditions. Select the permission group, select it. And you have created your permission group, right? And what is the permission group? Granted permission group. This one, GPB48 is a permission. Copy this permission group and paste here and search for it. I can see here, add it. So this is granted group. And this is the define whom you want to grant this role. Okay. I want to grant the above permission role for this group people. In this group people, I have three people. One is Gauri, Anya Singh, and Pankaj. And this granted people should be given on target population on whom? On everyone. If I say everyone, entire in the success factor system, how many people are there? I can see more than 1,000 people. They have access on all the 1,000 people, but I don't want to give on all everyone. I want to give a certain limit. So that limit is I have prepared a target population on the granted user department. Click this one, select, and give the your population name, target population name. Select, yes, TP. Okay, this one. Clear? Clear. Here you have a setting here. I don't want to check with you now because you will get confused. I'm not going to talk about this one, or even I'm not going to talk about anything about it. Or even I'm not going to talk about this one. Even I'm not going to talk about any other thing options as well. Okay, because you will get confused today if I'm because it's a very layman one. It's a very simple one I'm showing you. Okay, and say save changes. A very important save changes. Which means here you can see green color, which means these permission groups are active for that permission role. Wait until the permission role changes. Now the thing is, I have added a country code, United States, right? Now open any one of the country, open any one of the country. Let's say let's open the target code, target people. Here I can see 309. So here anyone, just open any one of the employee. Let's say here I want to open Eileen Anamos. Copy this guy name. So here, people profile. Eileen Amos. I'm not able to see here. Let me remove these places. Eileen Amos, president for Best Run. Open this a quick card. I can see her quick card profile. Now see here, this is a person information. Yes, see here now. The new field which we have created, preferred first name, preferred middle name, preferred last. Are you able to see here? Yes, we are able to see here. Now what I'll do is, I will be acting as Mr. Veera. Let me add as a Veera. Veera, I'm proxying you. Proxy. Veera, what is your email ID?
Sir,
Veera Samar,
Kumar
right?
Yallas.
Wait, Veera
Veera
Samar. Okay, I'm proxying Veera. Veera is not part of the permission role, right? Which I have created. So as of my assumption, and is a practice that Veera shouldn't have access for that country field for Elenamos. Here, Elenamos. Carefully observe with your big eyes. Open your eyes very big and see here. Do we have a field? See this screen. This is my screen, Anya Singh screen. We can have hobbies Veera under Veera. We can see first name, middle name, last name. But this one we cannot see here. This is called permission rule. Is it cleared? Is it cleared?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Anyone
sir.
have any question? So
Yes,
this
sir.
is the way with the permission rule, we can restrict the access. We can restrict the access. Sir, is it done? No. My concept is not yet done. Still, we have to achieve it. What we need to achieve, we just create a permission rule. That's it. And still is more. What is there? My customer is looking for. If the first name is entered automatically, preferred first name also has to be created automatically. Middle name as well, last name as well. For this one, we cannot do it directly. We have to achieve through the business rule. Through the business rule. These are very important. If you're attending any interview, people will ask you, are you good on business rules? Yes, you have to tell them that yes, you are good on business rule and you have written many business rules. And if anyone is giving a complex business rule, how much time you will take? I cannot say the time, but at the end of the day, I'll find out the solution. That's it. You just give the answer. It's a positive answer. No one is master in the market. Remember this one. No one is that much of Topu Sundaram in the market in success factor. Everyone is learning. Everyone is identifying in Google or identifying in some other website KBS, and they are going to resolve the issues. That's it. Clear? So today I'm going to write one simple business rule. If you want to write the business rule, then what is the business rule is if what is the business rule? If employee if employee remember this is the business rule. If the employee first name if not first name, let me write this one. If employee preferred first name if employee preferred first name if employee preferred first name is equal to null. Null means what? Nothing but spaces. Just giving like this. See here. Yes. See here, preferred first name is hyphen. There is no data. There is no data means which means a null value. Null value. Okay. If employee preferred first name is equal to none, then what you need to happen? Set personal information. What is this field? This field is first name. Then set first name to be equal to preferred first name. This is the business rule I want to write in the system. Very simple. That's it. This is the one I need to write in a success factor understandable way. It's a very simple business rule. Okay, now, but there is a process. If you want to write a business rule, first of all, you require on which portlet you are writing. What is the base object you are selecting? These two are very, very important. The first of all, which portlet you are writing? I'm writing business rule on personal information portlet. And every time you have to scrutinize, you have to very granular level. You have to write down the steps. What is the base object you are selecting? Okay, now this is important. So in the personal information base object, we have two things. One is personal information and personal information model. See here, do we have any previous data we are talking about, or we are talking about only current data? So here we're talking about only current data, right? So we can select here personal information, or else you can use the personal information model as well. Doesn't matter. Here in this case, what I'll use, I'm going to use personal information. Now, if you want to write a business rule, the tool name is manage business. Sorry. Configure business rules. Go to the system. Now here I'm already with whose name? I'm with Vera's name, right? I'm becoming myself. First, we will write on our own way. Then I'll tell you the optimization steps and everything. This is the business rule. Whatever I'm writing, almost all the projects will be there. And definitely you're going to write this kind of business rules in every project. This is for sure. Now write down configure business. Sir, are we learning real time? Yes, we are learning real time. We are learning a real time. I'm talking about real time. As I promised, I'll deliver you all the real time content only, not the dumb ducker examples. There's a real time example. This is also one of the real time example. This is the business rules admin page. And here, click the plus button. And here you can see to create a rule, expand rule scenario. There are a lot many options are there. I don't want to talk about anything with all of things today. I'll simply select a basic. Click the basic. I want to write a basic rule. So here I want to write basic rule batch 48 default first name, not first name, preferred default preferred first name. This is the rule name, and rule ID automatically pop up here because the same. You have to give the unique name. You have to give the unique name. Now let's say there was already a rule was decided with this name, and you cannot reuse the same name. System will not allow you. And start date means which date onwards this business rule should work. I'm giving always. I already told you this one couple of times. Whenever you are creating a data in the system, always use the sample date 01/01/1900. Rule type. This is none of your business for today. Just ignore. I'm writing description. This rule, or let me write um, when preferred when preferred pre ff sorry if spelling mistake here when preferred first name when preferred first name is empty when preferred first name is empty then the employee first name is considered as the preferred name. Okay, let me give spaces. Okay, that's it. And base object. So you won't write previous data comparisons or only current data. I won't write only current data. I'll select here personal information. Type it here, small letters. You will get automatically pop-ups. Personal information model, some screen logics. Information we know, information model. Information model means it talks about current data and historical data. Information means it talks about only current data. I'm just selecting current data. That's it. Say continue. Now this is the page is a very important. This is called a rule canvas window, business rule canvas window. In this rule, I'm going to write the logic. So here, whatever the logic you have written here, these three lines, I'm going to write the same logic, but in a proper order. If right click here and here personal information, click this one and this is the context. The context these below are the functions from SAP SuccessFactors side. These all are functions which SAP has given default to achieve the customizations. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about these all things today. We have a lot many classes. These functions are used by for all modules of SuccessFactor, not only Employee Central. We will see one by one as life goes on, examples goes on. Okay, now first of all, person information. This is a person information portlet, right? Click this base object. So here I can see all the elements. The first element is when the preferred first name is null. When the preferred first name, see here, when the preferred first name, preferred last name, preferred middle name. When the preferred first name is equal to, so here we have elements is null. You can see somewhere null is null. His preferred first name is null. Then what has to be done? Then right click here, pencil button. So here we have commands: set, raise a message, create, delete, execute, add to. I'm not going to talk about these all things. Just use a function set. Set means what? Set చేయటం. Just setting up the value. Set the value. Right click here. Person information. Preferred first name. Preferred first name is to be equal to be or preferred first name to be equal to person information. Do you have a first name? Where is the first name? Where is first name? Where is first name? Last name, the first name. Okay, just use this one. Set preferred first name to be equal to as preferred first name. That's it. Save it. Simple and simple business rule. Sir, I have written for this first name, right? You do it for middle name and the last name as well. Similar case. Sir, I have created a business role. That's it. Is it happened? No, no, no. What we need is we need to build an interrelationship with them. Now take the business rule name. Now go to the BCUI screen. This is my BCUI screen, correct? And click the take action. Take action. Now what my suggestion is, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. After completion of the custom strings, where you can see a concept called trigger rules. Trigger rules. Now go down completely. Take the last one is empty. Now here, click the base object. So my business rule I have created on my base object called personal information, right? Now select the personal information. Yes, it was there. And here we have different types: on save, on init, on view, save alert, on post save. Today, I'm not going to talk about this all. I'll talk about only one thing: on save. On save. When you click on save, you know what happened? Here, I have saved the data and you are entering the pencil button. And finally, you are going for save option, right? Save option. Once you save this portlet, then you know what happened? The business rule will trigger. This business rule will trigger. Which business rule? The business rule, what you have written. Batch 48 default preferred name. This business rule will trigger when this portlet is being saved. And here saved, whether this one enabled or not. This business rule should be enabled and details. And this business rule is on save type event and rule context history. It works on all the scenarios. Okay, and say simply save it. This is the simple business scenario. Simple and simplest business scenario. So anyone have any issue? Is it clear or is it confusion? Is it clear or confusion? I don't think so. It is not a it's not at all a big issue. It's a very small thing. Can do it. Maybe you have an issue, Pankaj or Gauri. You feel
No.
it's hard. Vera, you feel you hard. It is hard.
No, no, sir. No,
Shiva,
sir.
Shiva, how about you? You feel that it is hard.
No, sir, no, sir.
It's very simple. Okay, I saved it. Okay, now I'm announcing, right? Now simply what I'll do is, which profile we did change? That the guy, Australia guy, American guy, Elena Moss, right? Okay, refresh her page once. Now this is saved. Now test it. Now it's called testing. It's called testing. Every success factor employee has to do a testing. Now see here, preferred first name is null, empty value. But here I can see first name. Do you have first name? Yes, we have first name. Click this one. Click this one. So do anyone change? Do anyone change? Maybe here someone has allowed this one, right? Let me add here Aline. I'm adding some new change here. Effective date on this date onwards has to be changed. Okay. And do you have any correction? Let's save it. Oh, our friends added some customized names, right? Just added some A, hobbies, some extra. Save it. Now see here what happens. Preferred first name. Did I give this preferred first name? No. Did I give the preferred first name? Observed or you don't? You didn't
No,
observe.
sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Now what happened? Automatically, come on, who automatically preferred first name came into picture. This is the way how to write the business rules in the system. Okay, will you write for one more business rule for yourself?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Will you write? Will you
Yes, sir.
write?
Yes, sir.
What is your
Yes.
responsibility? I have written a business rule for which object preferred first name. And this is your responsibility that you have to write the business rule for this preferred middle name and last name. Okay, just do it on your system. This is a separate business rule. This is a separate business rule. Create it and save it and test it. When you're writing the business rule, please save on your name. Clear? This is one of the customer scenario. And tomorrow, it's you understood the basic concept of permission rule. It's typical. Every day we have to add on some permission to that permission rule. It's keep on adding. So you check it out. Okay. So that's it. Any help you require to achieve this assignment to be done from your end? Assignments. First assignment is complete these two fields. Complete the defaulting business rule for preferred first name and preferred last name. Okay, this is the first assignment. Complete this assignment. And second assignment. Now see here. Now this is the second amount, very, very important. You know, in the retail markets, let's take about Reliance company. Reliance company is a garments company, Reliance Fresh, Reliance clothing company. We have a lot many. Let's assume that there's a Reliance company. In the Reliance company, employees are there. So employees are having some employee discount cards. Employee discount cards. If the employee is having if employee is carrying with that discount card, employee, I'm not talking about consumer, I'm talking about employee itself. If employee carrying that discount card, where in that shop they will get the discount. That's it. Okay, now for this one, where in the personal information portlet, we require to maintain a field called staff discount. Okay, so this staff discount, we should have a field, and this staff discount should have a values yes or no. If staff discount is yes, then there is a field in the system automatically has to become red. That is name on discount card. Name on discount card. So this field to be become as a mandatory. If it is no, name on discount card, it's not a, let's say it's make it as hmm, this is the second assignment. Third assignment. Can I go further? Do you have a time? Will you allow me time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
sir.
right. Now, what else? Yeah, let's make it. Let me tweak this one itself. Star, okay, it's a mandatory. It's a mandatory. My customer said that. When I'm saving the data, I'm getting the star red mark. But actually, what my business said, hey, Pankaj or maybe Veera, my HR admin, they should have an error message. You should have error message. If the staff discount is selected as yes, and if they're not filling this name and discounted value, if they're not filling the value, then should get the error message that name on discount card is mandatory. They want to print this message. How to do it? This is also one of the assignment. Okay, and third assignment. If personal information name, change it. Middle name or last name, change it. Automatically, This is the one. If the in the personal information portrait, first name changed or middle name or last name got changed, automatically preferred first name, middle name, and last name also has to change automatically. This one, how to write. This is also one of the assignment. Okay. Now, next, number 4. Whatever I'm telling you guys, these are real time. Every project, let's say project 1, same rules will be there. Project 2, same rules will be there. Project 4, same rules. Let me talk. There is a customer. Let's say there is a customer. That customer is implemented SuccessFactors for almost for 30 countries. They have implemented 30 countries. So now what happened? There are some countries like Germany, Russia, Norway, Portugal, Portugal, or even Greece as well, or even Poland. These people are having mother tongue language influence a lot. Mother tongue language, which means Poland people, they have a Polish influence. Germany people, they have a German influence. They have a native language influence a lot. Bulgaria, even the Bulgaria as well, even Norway as well. So what happened in this Polish or even German, they have a special characters like uh, O umlaut. There is a special symbol will come on top of O. It's called O umlaut, U umlaut, A umlaut. There are some special symbols will come. The person name whose name is Alex. In India, we will write in English letter as Alex here. But in those countries, they will write Alex like this. Let's say they will write Alex. Sorry. Arey yaar, what happened to my mouse? It's okay. It's waiting. Just wait. They will write Alex like this. They will write A. Alex. What is the wrong? This is the wrong. There is no English letter like this. Or even sometimes olive, some name, olive. This is an English name, but actually they will write olive. We don't have any olive like this. In English, we have only this one, which means it's not wantedly because of the mother tongue influence, or maybe in the Sweden as well. Mostly in Sweden as well. Even Sweden as well, they used to write like this. These are wrong, junk characters. Let's say in the payroll team, if they are going for the payroll, these kind of people won't be allowed, which is a wrong data, junk data. So which is a junk data. So now what is this scenario? Now this scenario is we need to write a business rule. In this business rule, write the business rule to control special characters, to write special characters on first FIRST, first name, middle name, and last name. Write a business rule to control, to identify to control special characters. Okay, to control special characters, first name, middle name, and last name. So which means what? If someone is giving us O umlaut like this, immediately system should show an error. This type of letter is not applicable in the system. Please update in English language. Okay, this is the customization. This is a business rule number 4. Okay, so is that okay? So how many of you will try? Not sure. If you are comfortable to write on one, please complete one. Assignments. If you're able to do it for the next one as well, just do it. Even if you want to try for the 4th option as well, just Google it. Just Google it and do it. Okay. Why I'm asking you is just Google it. Even after joining in the organization, or even the experienced guy who is a 10 years experience, maybe 10 years, 5 years into SuccessFactor, even this guy will do research on Google itself. It's a fact, 100%. First, he will research in the Google and he will find the KBS of SAP SuccessFactors KBS, knowledge base articles. And in that KBS, he will read those KBS and how to identify junk symbols, junk characters, how to control junk special characters. Like this, A on top of A, this special. Okay. He will identify the first that KBA, then he will start writing that business rule logic. Okay, that's it. So if you're not able to do it, let's wait for it. I'll complete in my classroom tomorrow, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, as of time allows. Happy? So it's called Deepavali or what Dasara, whatever it is. Okay, how about you now, guys? It's a beginning, and as I said, what is the highest level in success factor that I will get a pain? Yes, this is the only one. That's it. Apart from nothing, everyone remaining all are same. All are same. I can say 100% out of the 100%, 80% success factor is completed. But I will drive the session for next few more 30 classes. 30 hours minimum. I'll cover the classes 30 hours. A few more. Maybe as of now we completed almost 17 to 17 hours. Sometimes I may have taken half an hour extra, altogether not more than 25 hours out of 60 hours. 30 hours or more are there. Definitely I'll take more examples, more combination examples. It will come one by one. We'll do it. Okay, anyone have any green white bulb, or maybe red white black green on your brain? Just let me know. These are very simple. Okay, don't take it panic. Okay, I'll tell you each and everything, but these all are very important. Every success factor client, they may have this kind of rules or they may not have, but and my experience, 80% of customers are having this kind of rules. We have to implement it. Clear? Now go ahead, Shiva. You're asking something.
Nothing, sir.
Okay, nothing.
Uh,
So Gauri,
yeah,
yes, Venkat, tell me.
can you please paste those assignments? Can you copy that rules and paste it in chat?
Um, mm, I won't paste here, but what I'll do is I have already shared one Google Drive link. In that Google Drive link, I'll update after some time. And for your better information, for your better understanding, I know this class is maybe some people can identify it easily, but some people were required. They need to see the video and they need to replicate the scenario. I know it. For the better understanding for yourself, I'm going to upload this video. We just replicate the video. Okay, for your better understanding, better practice. Make sure without completing these assignments, don't come to class. Assignments, okay, just ignore, but at least the concept what I have prepared. I have prepared a new field, I have prepared a permission rule, I have prepared a business rule. These three concepts. Without completing these assignments, don't come to class. Make sure you should complete it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. If you don't have any question, then I would like to take a leave and take care and good night.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, it's a 2 hours, guys. It's not a 1 hour. 2 hours I taken. Take anyway. Chalo. Bye bye.
Bye bye.